their assumptions. African Americans make up 12% of the population. African Americans make up 12% of the population, but make up 40% of the military. I repeat, African Americans make up 12% of the population, but make up 40% of the military. So that's cut the crap with the what's the word they like to use? The trick bait word. What's the trick bait word they like to use? You don't have no we'll say country pride. I can't think of what I'm gonna use. Oh, I'm just proud of my country. Y'all starting, you're just trying to bait words. You use the one word to mix it with something else that you really want to say. So that's keep it 1,000 now. So that stop this narrative. They unpatriotic. That stop this narrative. Like I said, we African Americans make up 12% of the population, but make up 40% of the military. Explain that. We unpatriotic. That's the word. We unpatriotic. Y'all don't get it. You don't understand. My granddaddy fighting this war. Well, God dog, my granddaddy fought in the war too. My biological father, Marvin R. Wright Sr., was in the military. My stepfather, George Washington, was also in the military. Don't get me mixed up with that. And ask them how they feel. My granddaddy was in the military. My great granddaddy was in the military. I wonder what's his story? You know what I'm saying? So guys do not yet appreciate that Austin. See, look, Austin on here. That's one of my white brothers. And let me tell you something, guys. This is not a white and black thing. Let me tell you something, guys. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I can count them. I know right now, on my hand, count them right now. I know 4 or 5 white guys. We might not agree on one thing, but I know how they feel about me. 4 or 5. I can't speak for all of them, but 4 or 5, I know how they feel about me because we have real conversations. And guys, sometimes these conversations get uncomfortable, but it is called a conversation. That's how we get mixed. Because right now, we fear each other. And you know what happens? The media uses the same fear to create this divide. Because think about it. Because if you don't read, they use Kaepernick as a divisive tool to separate. They're using this thing as a divisive tool to separate. My question is, do you think it's right or wrong? Do you believe what happened was right or wrong? And if you can answer that, that's all I want to know. Yes or no? I don't want to hear buts. I don't want to hear about nothing else. What was happened to George Floyd, right or wrong? Can you answer that? Was it right or was it wrong? If you can answer that and see, that question will make you look in the mirror at yourself. Question. And I also see a lot of people on here that I'm disappointed with. Some people are saying things just to create chaos or create some form of tension or create some form of division. Right now, this is the time where that person that you know to ask them, hey, why do you feel like this? Come on, guys. Do not let them do this. Do not let them change the narrative. Do not let the media change the narrative, guys. And if you find yourself changing the narrative, sometime just shut up. It's okay to not have an opinion. Oh, it's okay. I never say that. Always have an opinion. You never want to let people switch your thing. But sometimes keep your thoughts to yourself. It's okay to keep your thoughts to yourself. If you feel like, you know what, if I say this, I'm gonna let that ride. If you know you're saying that, you know what, I don't care. Yeah, they killed them, but what I gotta do is steal out of Macy's. Why are you worried about Macy's? It's funny how people care about things that has no concern. It's funny how a person making $25,000 a year worried about Walmart. It's funny how a person making $20,000 a year worried about Target. Now, if they were to say those looters were, man, They went inside those places and they beat up the employees. They harmed the employees. Then I would be more acceptive of your, not criticism, of your opinion on it. I'll be more acceptive. Like, man, why did they go in there? Why did they mess with those people? They did it to buildings and things. Building and things. And why are you so worried about it? Because you have the illusion that it is you. It is not you. They don't care about you neither. Wake up, y'all. And the perfect example was one of the eggs. I'm not sure what city. I'm not going to lie and say I know what city. The guy had a bow and arrow. He was attacked for yelling all life matters. He has the option to yell that if he chooses to. And he yelled it because he knew it would create some kind of chaos, some kind of feedback. So when he was interviewed, they asked him what happened. He said some black guys jumped me. And you would think, oh, if you just saw just that clip, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, that sounded about right. All these rallies, all these black folks out here causing chaos, they will get jumped. The video came out. He got jumped by an all-white mob. Video came out. He got jumped by an all-white mob. So if you can look, because you get one or two, if you got jumped by an all-white mob, why would you say you got jumped by 2 or 3 black guys? Why? Why would you say that? Because you're trying to cause the divide. Stop it. Stop causing the divide. Let me tell you something, guys, and I must say this. For all these racial tensions, and this is going to sound crazy, and this is going to be a clip. As much as it sounds crazy, for all this racial tension that's going on in the world today, it seems like right here in God doggone South Carolina, we might have, with some deem, I'm not going to use racist, we might have, some might deem we have more prejudiced people. We have less issues. Seems like, because the ones who feel like that, they feel like that and they still to themselves. They don't try to co-mingle in, and then when things get mad, then it explodes. That's no saying. That's not how it works. It's like right here in South Carolina, we handle our stuff better than some of the bigger cities, some of the bigger states. All this stuff going on. Sometimes we might be a little too forgiving. But I'm like, guys, look at all this stuff going on. This is crazy. Drew Brees. Now let's get on Drew Brees. Drew Brees, what's wrong with you, man? What's going on, Drew Brees? Why would you even say that? But see, you know, Drew Brees is the kind of guy. Drew Brees is the kind of guy that work at the hardware store.